Tell us something, your experience of being a speaker.
Probably I'm 75. You're trying to provoke me.
No, sir.
It's all right. This was a challenge to me. When I became speaker, I was probably the youngest. Mr. Devegowda was the chief minister. Some thought I was over smart and I was aiming at becoming the chief minister. Rahulji wants to thank you. Rahulji doesn't know me. He called me from Delhi. Said we contacted all of them because they have been ministers for a very long time. And I said, I am a party man. If I am asked to sweep the floor, I would do it. On a Saturday, I don't remember the dates, a few members came to office of the speaker. They gave the resignation letters. They went back. Is this why Constitution gives you such a privilege that you should be independent? Whose shoes are you licking?
Have you seen that we claim that India is the biggest democracy in the world? Do you feel that
Democracy has worked in India. It has failed in India. People of the country did not fail democracy in India. It's the political parties. It is selfish leaders. It is careerists. It's opportunists.
Shri Siddaramaiah, you are very close associated with him.
So I am a very ordinary man. He is a big man. I can say he is close to me, but should he also not say that?
Shri D.K. Shivakumar.
He is a good man. Stop business activities. He will do well.
Your wife, do you really miss her?
She was in Victoria. Do you have a feeling that you can survive and we can come out of this if you go to a private hospital? A man who sticks to values, you have to pay very heavily in public life.
Now, continuing with the working of democracy, over a period of time when we got independence in 1947, have you seen that we claim that India is the biggest democracy in the world? Do you think that we are sticking to that aspect of democracy in our, as per the constitution, things are happening, but somewhere down the line, do you feel that the route is not so good or the path what we have taken is correct or not?
You see, there are two people whom you should essentially remember on this occasion. One is Mahatma Gandhi. The other is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
Ambedkar, yeah.
Gandhi's firm belief, native character of his countrymen, that they have the discretion to distinguish between right and wrong, is enough to survive democracy in this country. And Baba Saheb's dream and desire that kings will now be born out of the ballot boxes and no more in the cradle of the palace. These are the statements they have made. The first interim speaker of Constituent Assembly was Shachindranath, who was from Bihar. He was an economist, was a member of finance. It was Britishers' regime. He had to be in chair to facilitate the election of a chairperson. Oh my God, the proceedings of the Constituent Assembly, while paying compliments to Shachindranath, people like Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan have spoken. A reference was made to a constitutional expert of United States of America by name Joseph Story, who's told about to the younger generation of America about the importance of the Constitution and how they got the Constitution for America. Democracy has worked in India. I'm coming to your question. It has failed in India. Who failed it? People did not fail it. Baba Saheb is not wrong. Mahatma Gandhi is not wrong. We, the mediocres, we call ourselves leaders. We are not leaders. We are mediocres. We are brokers. It is we who failed democracy in this country.
Right.
People of the country did not fail democracy in India. It's the political parties. It is selfish leaders. It is careerists. It's opportunists. They try to play all kinds of tricks. And democracy, which should have grown on very healthy grounds in this country for what it is, reversed its growth in negative lights. We got rid of the kings, heads off to Sardar Patel. Many bowed down, many protested, many bargained. But you became a republic. You became a sovereign republic. So kings were all demolished. Monarchs disappeared. But you have so many families that flourish before you. They are more than the kings. They don't have the crowns, they don't have the thrones, but they have the empires.
Right.
Who failed democracy? Is that the constitution that failed the democracy? Is it the people who failed democracy? Where is democracy in the political parties? Per se, the Constitution of India does not recognize the existence of political parties. But it is the political parties that project their members to parliament or assemblies. Based on their numerical strength, they are asked to form the governments, etc. What has happened to the political parties? The fulcrum of surviving democracy in India, in the whole system of electioneering, is the political party. If political parties have become the domains of families, private properties, undemocratic, totally autocratic, how would you expect democracy to be working well? I don't represent any party when I am facing you, nor do I fear anybody. I am only making a statement of truth. The election commission, who administers the oath of office to the Chief Election Commissioner of India? It is not the Prime Minister. It is the President of India. The Constituent Assembly discussed for almost 11 days as to how the Election Commission should be. If the Election Commission of India, if it is not neutral, if it is like what it is, how would you expect the outcome of the elections to be neutral and fair? What happens to the slogans that are so prominently carried out in the preamble of the Constitution? If it is not level playing, where does the question of equality arise? See, you are doing everything anti-constitutional in the name of Constitution only. What was the decision of the Supreme Court in Anup Barnala's case? They said the Election Commission of India should be comprised of the Prime Minister, the Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, and the Chief Justice of India. The present government of India, headed by Mr. Narendra Modi, I am compelled to take the name because he happens to be the Prime Minister. Two things arise here. Are you serious about maintaining the neutrality of the Election Commission of India and convince people that you don't have vested interest? Number one. As a Prime Minister of the country, do you have any respect for the pronouncement of the Supreme Court of India? Neither do you care for the pronouncement of the Supreme Court of India, nor do you want to respect the sentiments of the people. The result of it is, you see this vote chori, you see this SIR. What is SIR? Special Intensive Revision. What does the Election Commission provide for? Every year, in the first month of the year, January, it is mandatory. Then why was this special intensive revision? You look at what happened in West Bengal. I'm not going into parties and persons there. But the margin of success or defeat in about 73 constituencies, when you look at that, the number of people that have been deleted from the voters list in those constituencies, it has materially affected the results. Doesn't it look you have done arm twisting? Doesn't it look that you have played with the democracy of the country? What moral right do you have to twist the opinion of the people to your advantage? I don't like a particular ideology, but people want it. I can still continue to oppose that democratically and try my best to conquer the hearts of people to come over to my side. This is another kind of engineering defections. Great Britain is the mother of Parliament for India. We are all associate members of the Commonwealth. All Commonwealth countries were one time under the command of Her Majesty. There was a situation in the House of Commons, I don't remember the exact year, when the Labour Party had a margin of just one. On a particular day, the Speaker was not present in the House. The Deputy Speaker also could not be there. But the House had to run. A man who was in the panel of speakers, we generally have a panel other than the Speaker and Deputy Speaker, who can be called to preside over, but he is still the Speaker when he sits in the chair. This is an idea of also nursing and cultivating second rank of leaderships to prepare people to be familiar with the practices of the office of Speaker. That person who belonged to the panel, who had to come and preside over, was from the opposition. There was a finance bill coming up for the voting, and that was the deciding vote. That great man, very sorry I have forgotten the names, he says the will of people, mandate of Great Britain is on the side of labours. I am not here to undo the will of people of Great Britain. Though I am elected on the opposition ticket, I belong to Conservatives. I cast my vote with the government and survive the government. This is the essence of
Democracy.
parliamentary
Democracy. Yeah.
Parliamentary democracy. It was in the first Lok Sabha. Acharya Kriplani just makes an observation about an article published in one of the dailies regarding the quality of the defense material purchased by the defense ministry. There was a man called Nehru who stands up spontaneously and says, Acharya, you and me were together prisoners. Your sacrifice to get freedom is no less than that of mine. Your mere apprehension is enough. Here on this minute, I am cancelling these orders. Please recollect for a minute. Where are we going? From where to where? And all irresponsible people who have had no knowledge of history talk lightly of Pandit Nehru. In the first press meet Nehru held as AICC President and Prime Minister, interim Prime Minister, when the list of Congress candidates to Lok Sabha was announced in 1952, Mr. Chalapati Rao, M. Chalapati Rao, editor National Herald, also a freedom fighter, raised an issue before Pandit Nehru and said, there are some candidates whom you have announced whose integrity is
In question.
under question. You know the reply of Pandit Nehru? Charapati Rao, you have switched over to media, I have switched over to Parliament. Please give me the names. Or if you have any delicacy about the names, I'll make a statement from this very press meet to the people of the country. I had to hold the elections. There was no way I could have continued as interim Prime Minister. In the process, some undeserving elements whose integrity is under suspicion have found place as Congress candidates. I call upon the people to use their discretion and defeat them. Defeat whom? The Congress candidates. Where have we landed now? Why don't you for a minute imagine your own history, your own heritage? What kind of legends have led you? What have you reduced it to now? Don't you feel bad about it? I have to leave the world. I'm waiting for marching orders. But what do I leave to my next generation and go is the question. It is here we should subject ourselves to serious self-introspection.
Absolutely.
Behave like citizens as nationalists. This is the story about democracy.
Very well said, sir. Now, coming to your personal life to a certain extent, your wife had a tremendous effect on your growth and development. And today she's not there with you. Do you really miss her? And you feel that she should have been there at certain times?
Oh, we're typical middle class people. We knew our limits. We never wanted to take a transfer from the middle class to upper class. Her continuous, constant, consistent moral support to me helped me to remain what I am. Basic things. She would never poke her nose into administration. She would never try to handle politics or go anywhere campaigning and other things. She would not even know. She would only be a simple housewife. But she knew that she had to guard me for what I speak. Sometimes very aggressively, emotionally I speak, and she had to make up for all that, and she had to prepare herself. So yes, there were occasions when she would very badly feel that I am too very rash and come and hold my hands and say, only why do you get disturbed? She was sick. Unfortunately, a few people died in Chamarajnagar for short supply of oxygen. I must confess, I had become hysterical. I just took telephone to Mr. Yadurappa. He came online. I shouted at him. But I must be fair to Yadurappa. He did not retaliate. I was hysterical. I told him, if I had had it happen in your family, how would you have reacted, Mr. Yadurappa? Then I wrote a very strong letter. She quietly got up from the court and came near me and said, only why are you worried? Why are not other people worried? I am already on the bed, counting my days. Your health also gets upset. I know you are disturbed, but please take care of your health. See, it was in 97 My son was to be admitted into Central School, Sri Ganganagar. Sri Ganganagar is situated at a distance of 7 kilometers from Pakistan border. We had a gentleman by name Chaudhry. My son was studying in Indian Military School, Bangalore. He was the principal. Then he was transferred to Jorat. Then he had come to... This boy had completed his 10th and we were worried as to where we send him for +2. So Chaudhry sir said, send him, usko भेज दो, मेरा पास रहेगा. And my son also agreed. Deve Gowdaji was Prime Minister. I was Speaker. So me, my wife, my son, my daughter, we all went to Delhi. Certain things are very sensitive. Government provides for my travel by air, not to my family members. Really, it was beyond us for all of us to go by air. So I found a bypass for this. If you travel by train, they give you a coupe where all the 4 of us can go. And the expenses are covered by the government. To that extent, I became flexible. I traveled to Delhi by train. Deve Gowda came to know about it. He was a little unhappy. Mr. B.L. Shankar was a member of Lok Sabha then. He called Shankar and said, let not sir again take the train to Sri Ganganagar. I will organize a chopper, let him go by helicopter and come back. Not to be a hypocrite, I was a little tempted. My wife held my hands very tight and said, for heaven's sake, don't commit this mistake. We are ruining ourselves and this young boy. Please humbly thank him and come out. We will go by train. She was not very highly educated. See, she was a metric. She is my maternal uncle's daughter. But that mental discipline she had about moral standards made me to behave like a better human being. And I realized much later she was right. And another unforgettable occasion was when I became a minister in 2016. I went home. We were living in a small rented house in Domlur. She said, I am waiting for you. You came very late. She was not sick by then. She said, I have a small request. And she humorously told the Honorable Minister should kindly fulfill my request. I said, what is it about? She said, with tears in her eyes, let us not leave this house. Please do not go to the furnished bungalow given by government. And advise your people not to put that board on this house. Because we have been living very harmoniously in the locality. People will get disturbed. Let your staff come in the morning and pick you and go to office and drop you in the evening. This will help us and the family to live respectfully in the locality. And I said, the minister has granted your prayers. The last of it, she became malignant. She was in Victoria. I very privately I asked her, do you have a feeling that you can survive and we can come out of this if you go to a private hospital? I don't mind shifting you to a private hospital. No. She said, I believe in destiny. If I have to survive, I'll survive here. The public stand that you have taken, that you are a proponent, advocate of the government hospitals, should not get defeated. It would happen to so many, it would happen to me. Not one person ever questioned me about these things. I've been in public life. It is the 4th year running. I'm shy of talking private things, personal things. A man who sticks to values will have to pay very heavily in public life. You can't wait for rewards and awards. You have to leave this world with a sense of satisfaction that you have not committed treachery on the country. And you are not a dubious person. You are fair and honest to yourself. That helps you to travel comfortably towards the end.
Your ideologies, your thought process. Stick to that, yes.
And it is no big thing. I always think of great people. See, there is not one person from Gandhi's family. Isn't a big sacrifice that Gandhi has done to country? We want Gandhi. We don't want to be Gandhi.
So that's where the Indian society is also heading towards.
That day in South Africa, when he had his guest, when there was no CS system in that house, they had to clean the lavatories. Kasturba said, I won't do it because the guest was a scheduled caste man. Gandhi threw her out of the house. Durban. She started wailing in midnight outside the gates. Where do I go in this country? I don't have anybody. How can you do this to me? He said, no. Then she apologized. 42, quit India. Gandhi was taken into custody. People thought the whole thing has collapsed. A housewife never came out of the house, comes out and says, I am ready. That is the first occasion Kasturba ever came out of the house. She went to National Park, Bombay to address the freedom fighters and she was taken into custody. And she meets Gandhi in the prison, near Pune. Gandhi asked, why are you here? She says, I am here for what you are here. Gandhi initially thought she must have come to inquire him. And she died there. 1944, in the month of February, Gandhi had given a call, do or die, karo ya maro. That badge was on the saree of Kasturba. Are we something beyond that? Above that? They open our eyes. You have Mahila Morchas, Mahila Commissions, Mahila Leaders, Agra Netas. Oh my God. Can any of you match her? Can any of you match her? It's enough you dig the treasury and take all these invaluable ornaments and just adore them and follow their footsteps. This country can go to very good heights.
Right. The ideals they stood for, the value they cherished, and they kept it till the very end. That's very...
Yeah.
Now, sir, coming to Srinivasapura.
Yeah.
Now, Srinivasapura, the mango grove, particular aspect of it, even till date, the issue is still going on. You have anything to say about that?
See, we increased our mango plantations. It's a perishable item. When I first became the legislator in 78, the situation was so bad we did not have an independent market. We had a giant market with the neighboring taluka Chintamani. Then the first thing we did was making it independent market. Marketing is very important. Then we acquired lands. We created sufficient place for marketing. Then weighbridge. Then stop all the kinds of proliferages about the taxes that should come to government, and also stop exploitation of farmers.
Farmers, yeah.
Everything had to be digitalized, everything we have done. There are two private processing units. It's a seasonal crop. It doesn't provide big employment throughout the year. So, government per se has not been able to establish any processing units there. And in the last couple of years, international market, increase in the mango growing area in the whole country, and visibly reduced consumption of mango directly by people for various health reasons and other things. And the pulp, mango pulp not being permitted to go to other countries. Rather, that they're not showing interest to buy the pulp. And seasonal conditions, untimely rains, certain diseases have put the mango grower into the worst misery. Worst misery. It is just not mango. It could be a mango, it could be ananas, it could be plantain, it could be tomato, it could be capsicum. The governments have not changed the fate and life of the farmer. It is the bureaucrats who run the agriculture department, not the agriculture ministries. Large number of people in the parliament, both Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and in the legislative assemblies claim that they are all basically farmers. But I don't know what all of them put together are doing. See, the manufacturer decides the price of the manure and the pesticide. The man who gives the seed is not responsible if the seed is not quality in nature. Rains are not assured, power is not assured. And the price is not assured. But prices for all other things which the farmer utilizes for producing a particular item, an agriculture product, they are all fixed.
Fixed.
When the large number of the politicians, MPs, MLAs are all farmers. Look at this interesting situation, how it could be. Water, water, everywhere water, not a drop of water to drink. This is the situation.
Right. Now, sir, recently the former Chief Minister, Shri Siddaramaiah, we are very close associated with him. He has announced that he will not be a part of electoral politics.
Be good enough. You see, he is also 78 or 79. He has been Chief Minister for the longest period. He even surpassed the record by Sri Devaraja's said, and he has seen everything. He has not said he is out of public life.
Yeah.
It's all
Electoral
right.
politics.
Electoral politics. It's all right. I think it should be a sensible. Nobody should get disturbed or try to blow it out of proportions. I think he is a man with healthy mind. I think we should appreciate.
Can you recollect some of your association with him, Mr. Siddaramaiah? A few things you
see,
did
what
mention.
happens is I am a very ordinary man. He is a big man. We should be very careful in interviews like this. This is all one-way traffic. There are ever so many people who are close to him like me.
Right.
I can say he is close to me, but should he also not say that? See, I am too very willing to get married to the princess. There are so many people like me. But the princess should also be willing to agree, otherwise I will be sent to jail. I worked with him I worked with him as a minister, then I worked as speaker, then he was the leader of legislature Congress party. Of course, good man, affable, but only problem with him is he is affectionate to you. He talks to you only when you appear before him. He is not a man who would worry if you are not seen, if you are continuously absent, or find out where this man has gone, take the telephone call and make a call and say how are you. He would never do that. And you should not be disappointed with this. That's how he lives. If you are seen there constantly in his house from morning till evening, he will not ask you, don't you have any other work? Why are you here from morning till evening? If you don't go for ages also, he will not bother as to why you have not come. If you go, he talks to you affectionately. This is Siddaramaiah.
Right. Sir, the whole world knows you as Ramesh Kumar. But in your constituency, you are called as Swami. What is
It is
that?
very funny. I am alleged to be a Brahmin.
Okay.
And generally in the villages, they address Brahmins as Swami.
Okay.
So in the first election, I was 27 place when I contested. All my friends, supporters, we won and party was in power. When they had to speak to each other in my absence, how would they be addressing me? Very customary, you see. They said, they just found it very convenient to call me Swami. So that became the practice. And I'm called as Swami by almost every one of them. Even to ridicule, they call me Swami.
The tone is different.
Yes. Even to affectionately address me, they call me as Swami. That is because I am a Brahmin.
Now, today the world, everybody is talking of Gen Z, Gen Alpha. But somewhere down the line, we discussed about the democracy in our country. What do you feel that in what way the democracy can be alive with the way the alarming trends, as mentioned by you? What do you have to say for the youth, the younger generation, to keep the strong root of democracy intact?
Remain youth.
Okay.
See, infancy, childhood, then adolescence, then adult, then middle age, youth, middle age, then old age. Infancy, you don't know anything. When you are a child, you are a little guarded. When you are adolescent, you are angry, you don't know what to do, what not to do. You will do unforgivable things. That's the age, you see. Transition, hormonal growth. Scientifically also you should think. Your voice changes, your attitude changes, your approach changes. When you become an adult, a youth, that age is very important. You are straight, you are fearless, unobligated, very upright.
Very upright. Straightforward.
And the whole world, you take the history anywhere, it is the youth, that lead the way for any struggle, fight, movement. When you are middle-aged, you are guarded, you have family, you have children, you think 100 times before you take a decision. When you are old, you are afraid of death. You are going to die, but still you are afraid of death. When you are a child, you don't know.
It's a big cycle.
That is why youth is a very, very, very... And youth, the anger of youth, it represents the anger of the society. Those who disregard that particular sentiment will have to pay very heavily. That is why I always take a very strong objection for certain movies being produced and brought before people, which can cause malefic influence on the minds of youth. you should not try to pollute and adulterate the youth by such malefic influences. And in a capitalist system, always to divert the attention of the youth, you see, you take up non-issues which does not mean anything to life, like language, religion, caste and other things. It is very easy to provoke them, very difficult to bring them back. Very difficult to bring them back. You see, so many things have happened. I think about 2 months back, I was in Bangalore to release a book written by one Mr. Irshad Ahmad. He says about the killings in South India. He had very impartially spoken about the killings of both Hindus and Muslims. See, you can't stop crying if you read that book. All that happens on account of misdirected youth. See, when the youth of China are being put to compulsory army, trained to build China, you are training them here to destroy India. We are neighboring countries.
Correct.
See, unproductive things. The youth, I don't know all these terminologies, Gen Z, that is, I'm too old to know. But I can only say, those youngsters, both boys and girls, they made the parliament to bend. This is the speciality of democracy. They demonstrated to country that democracy will survive in this country, and they are there to save the democracy. It's not the same people. Whoever comes into that phase again as youth, they will do it.
Right, sir. Now, you were talking about the making of movies. Somewhere down the line, movies have been a part of your life. You did act in a Kannada serial.
I lived those roles. I'm not into much of stage activity and other things. Ms. Sitaram, who is a very good friend of mine, who is a very reputed director, when we were discussing like this, he said, why don't you help us by doing this role? I said, I have a small request, Sitaram. You narrate the situation and allow me to speak myself. And when I give pass, stop it. Let there be no script. He agreed. And that did go with people well.
Does it? Yes.
It's very simple. People want truth to prevail. People want a cinema or a serial or a drama, whatever it is, to be nearer to their lives.
It should be genuine. The attempt should be.
It should be reflecting their feelings.
Right.
So, yes, you see, you have. Now, it's very interesting. One movie, I don't want to name the movie. They say it costed some 600 crores, 700 crores. Okay. Yet another movie. One movie was produced when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. Another movie was produced when Modi has become the Prime Minister. Both the movies put together has no message to youth of the country or to the people of the country. There has not been any change so far as the cinema world is concerned. And what are these crores? You don't have 10 crores to put up a small bridge, but you have 600 crores to produce a movie. What do you call this country? Can there not be any coordination to hold these two ends and see what should be a priority, what should be done, what should be stopped, what should be checked, and what should be promoted? This is where I say we have failed. People have not failed us. We have failed people. People of the country could defeat Indira Gandhi from being a member of the Lok Sabha. What more do you want people to do? What more do you want them to do? It is Navnirman something that started its agitation against the price rise, against the maladministration of Chimanbhai Patel in Gujarat, that brought about the change in the country itself. Why don't you open your eyes and look at the history and learn lessons out of it? Why do you want to feel just because you have the mandate on a particular day, you are there eternally? Why don't you speak the language of humility? Why did Gandhi appear like that, like a fakir? Had he appeared in three-piece suit, nobody would have gone nearer to him. Why did Dr. Ambedkar dress himself like that? He had to instill that confidence, self-confidence into the minds of the scheduled caste to say, don't be depressed. I say, look at me like this. You also come up. You become a part of the mainstream. The lessons should be learnt out of all these things, sir.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Now we're coming to the final stage of our podcast. Yes, but before that, sir, this is a rapid fire which our team has prepared, and you need to answer it as crisp as possible, right? Now, the first one is favorite politician from another party. You're in Congress, but from another party.
Jyoti Basu.
Jyoti Basu, right. One leader you admire the most in Indian politics.
If it's Indian politics, I think I'll have to take time as rapidly as you want. I can't answer.
Right.
But definitely Pandit Nehru.
Pandit Nehru. Okay. And in the
If it is state, regional, it is Devarajas.
Devarajas. Right. And you spoke about Siddaramaiah. Yes. Now the present Chief Minister is Sri D.K. Shivakumar.
He's a good man. He has come from a very ordinary background. He has risen to this height. He should look to background and stop business activities. He has been a businessman too. He should divert his whole time for public life. He will do well.
We spoke a lot about Sri Yediyurappa ji. Now, your take on Sri B.S. Yediyurappa.
Started as a very angry man, but became very flexible.
Right.
He did not mean what he said.
Okay.
He did everything opposite of what he had been speaking. Unfortunate.
Best speaker in India according to you?
In the country,
Yeah.
I think as of today it was Maulankar.
Right. Now, if not a politician, what would you have become?
I think I prefer to become an advocate.
Advocate. Not an actor.
Not at all.
Right. And one book everyone should read, according to you. Maybe in Kannada or English, whichever you want to. Any language.
See, glimpses of world history. It throws so much of information knowledge to you. By Pandit Nehru.
Pandit Nehru, yeah. And a favorite place in the country in general and in Karnataka, which is your favorite place?
I prefer Jog, always I loved Jog.
Yes.
In Karnataka. In country, yes. Of course, I loved Gangtok. I love that place very much.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Now, which is one attribute or an activity or an habit which today's politicians should develop?
Reading.
Right. Not from the mobile or from the books?
From the books they should read.
Right. And which is one thing that suddenly triggers you? What makes you angry?
Whatever is not right. Whatever is anti-people.
Right. And what is it that makes you happy?
Spend time with a selected team of friends and play rummy.
Right. And according to you, politics in one single word of today?
Has become market.
So it's more of commercial.
It is not service any longer. It is market. It's business.
Well, Sri Ramesh Kumar ji, you expressed all your things. Do you have to say anything to our audience before we close this podcast?
I would only love to say to them that I'm drawn up from a village background. My primary, secondary education is all in the village, then high school and graduation in government-sponsored schools. English is, after all, a foreign language. Obviously, there could have been some slips and mistakes during the course of interview. So please be large-hearted to forgive me.
Take the essence of it.
Take the essence of it. And I also derive a sense of pleasure in speaking in English because I want people to know that villagers can also speak.
Absolutely.
That's all what I want to say, nothing more.
Right. Now, other than this, what do you have to, which do you feel is your proudest achievement? What do you, in your life?
Not changing the class.
Right. You stuck to your ideals, stuck to your ideology.
I started as a commoner, I am living like a commoner, I want to end like a commoner. No transfer of class.
Right. Thank you, Sri Ramesh Kumar, for being a part of this podcast. It was indeed great conversing with you.
I am honored. Thank you.
Well, friends, with this, we come to the end of this podcast. See you all in the next edition of Unfiltered Voices. Until then, all of you take care. Namaskara. Be happy. And as Sri Ramesh Kumar said, stick to your ideologies, which is very good for the society. Think about it and do watch our next episode. Thank you very much. Do subscribe.
V6 Digital.